Hey guys, welcome to our weekly Team Bling Zoom. So excited to have you guys with me tonight. So I am going to mute everyone out just so that we can kind of get rid of that background noise. And you guys are more than welcome to unmute yourselves if you have any questions or any comments as we go through tonight. So first thing I want to talk about, we were talking about it here just a few minutes ago before I hit the record button. I had made a post earlier today about and it literally was short and sweet and to the point. I did not post an emotion, how I was feeling, didn't post a picture with it. I literally just posted, if you could join my team for free, would you? The amount of messages I got in my inbox and the amount of comments I've gotten, it's a struggle to keep up with all of it. So that's a good thing. The struggle is real, but it's a good one. So what I did was I just finished recording a Zoom, an opportunity Zoom called When Opportunity Knocks. So in the next hour or two, you guys, well, within the next hour by the time we get off of here, I'll be able to have it completely uploaded to Facebook. But it's called When Opportunity Knocks. Okay, so you'll know which one to look for on my YouTube channel. So this opportunity Zoom is not going to be one that you send to everyone. This is going to be if you decide to make a post like similar to the one that I made and you say, hey, if you could join my team for free and start making money from your phone right away, would you? You know, tweak it to your own liking, however you want to word that. Make it very short and sweet and to the point. This would be a Zoom that you can send to those that comment on that or send you a message. Because I know that, you know, I've been in business now for over a year with It Works Global. And as successful as this business has been for me, I tend to fall into, just like all of us do, we tend to fall into that that time in our business where we think, you know, things are going really, really well and we need to do something different. And we do. We constantly need to be changing things up. But we've got to stop overcomplicating it, okay? And so that post that I made today was honestly a test for myself. I wanted to test my market. And I proved myself right because I knew if I get back to the basics, stop word vomiting on everybody and just put basic information out there just to tweak people's interest and just to grab their attention, then that's all we got to do. Because if you guys remember, one of the most important things I always try to teach you guys is it is not your job to sell. Your job is to become a master inviter. You invite them. We have a weekly online party with Divine Alliance. So there's always an online party that you can invite them to every single Thursday night. And we always have, for those that are local, we always have an in-home party here at my house. Now, I have changed the in-home parties up just a little bit. And so what we're doing is we're simplifying those too. So we're not doing this long drawn-out process of going over the entire party pad and all that good stuff. What we're doing is we're just going to have, we're going to have some samples out. We're going to have a display out, okay? But what we're going to focus on is having each of our guests answer some health and wellness questions on a piece of paper. So there's going to be like a basically just a questionnaire for them to answer. And then whoever's guest it is, so say I have a guest that comes, I'm going to have them, you know, if they want to buy a wrapper facial and get one on, I'm going to collect the money for that, get them to sign in on the sign-in sheet with their name and their phone number and their email, and if they'd be willing to host an in-home or online party for us. And then as soon as I get that wrap on them and collect that wrap cash, I'm going to have them sit down, I'm going to give them a clipboard, and it's going to have a questionnaire on it. And when they're done with that questionnaire, I'm going to sit down with my personal guest. And if, like, let's say Chris and Bobby invite a guest, then they're going to sit down with their guest and they're going to go over the answers to their guest questions. And what that's going to do is they're going to be able to take notes right there on that questionnaire. And you're going to be able to say, okay, there's questions on there that have, and I have the questionnaires for you. I will be making copies of those tomorrow or later tonight. There's questions on there like, do you have kids in college? Okay. Can anybody like unmute yourself and tell me if there's a question on the questionnaire, why do you think I ask if they have any kids in college?
For confianza, for one, for sure.
Okay. Chris, Bobby, what about you guys?
What was it? Stress.
Right. Can you think of
you?
What?
New you.
Okay.
First lady.
Energy. Good.
Money.
Haha, that's what I was looking for.
Money.
Yes. That is definitely a big one because when kids are in college, what is the number one food that people associate with college kids?
Ramen noodles.
Yes, because it's cheap. Okay, it's like 19 cents a pack or something. You get like 5 for $1. Listen, kids, not high school, college kids are on a tight budget. Most of them are living off mommy and daddy's money paying for the tuition, but a lot of them don't have much of an allowance as far as, like left over after their, maybe their grants or their loans or whatever. And being a full-time college student, that consumes most of your time because you're focusing on your education. So you guys are all right about the products. And Jessica, you're right about the money, because there's so many different reasons why I put that question on the questionnaire. Because just from that one question, we can find out so much about them. We can find out who it is that they know that's in college. Is it one of their kids, their nieces or nephews, who knows, their grandkids, maybe. Maybe it's them. Maybe they're in college. Okay, because we don't know what age. You never know who you're going to get. So it's up to us to really find those different ways. So a lot of the questions I asked are specific. They seem a little generic, but there's a specific reason why I put them on there. So there's the one about the college student. There's also, do you have problems with digestion, bathroom problems? Okay. Who can tell me what products that would lead us into discussion about with our potential?
Probiotics.
Good.
And greens chews, because my mom has issues and she takes greens chews.
Cleanse.
Yes, Christopher. Yes, exactly. That's actually the one I was really shooting for, was the cleanse. Because, Chris, can you tell me why?
I just drew a blank.
That's okay.
I'll phone a friend. Why?
The question?
Why?
What?
The cleanse.
Because it'll actually flush out
Oh yeah, that's right. It flushes out the colon.
Very good.
all the bad stuff.
And it's a cellular cleanse.
Yep.
So it doesn't just work in the small intestine, it works in both the small and the large intestine. Okay? So talking about, poop problems, going to the bathroom, digestive issues, there's several products. Probiotics, the cleanse, the greens chews, even the greens, because they do help to detoxify. Regular, that's also another product. So another question that's on there is, do you have trouble sleeping? Okay. So again, what products will we be suggesting if they say yes, they have trouble sleeping?
New you. Confianza.
Yeah. Because every product works a little different for everyone. Now, sometimes Confianza does not work for other people like it does for me. Like, it helps to shut my brain off at night so that I can just chill and relax and fall into a nice deep sleep. Sometimes it doesn't work for some people, but that's why we have both of those products to offer up. We also ask, do you have kids do you have kids, number one? And then there's a little extra part to that question. Are your kids involved in a lot of activities? Why would that be a question on there? What do you think that would be a good conversation starter for? Where do you think I'm going with that one?
Greens gives you energy, or energy drink, or protein bar.
Okay.
Or Profit in the new shake too.
Okay. What about Confianza? I don't know any mom out there that does not get stressed out that has kids, right? But also, if they have kids, so that's like, okay, do you have kids? Great. Do you get stressed out? Do kids really make you want to pull your hair out sometimes? Okay, talk to them about Confianza. Then the other part, do you have kids are your kids involved in a lot of extracurricular activities or any extracurricular activities? The reason I ask that is because, guess what? Profit energy bites, okay? Profit shakes, greens chews, energy drinks, okay? We want healthy alternatives for when our kids, especially if they're playing sports, It's going to give them some really great options for healthy alternative options for snacks in between games, like say they've got tournaments and whatnot. So there's lots of different ways that we can really incorporate. And that's why I think, I don't know, you guys tell me, give me your feedback. But that's why I think if we change it up just a little bit and simplify the party, make it a little bit more simple. Because I feel like, okay, I don't know about you guys, but I've been to other direct sales company home parties. And sometimes you feel a little overwhelmed, and you also feel like pressured. Like even if the person's not intentionally being pressured, like pressuring you, you almost feel guilty if you leave and you don't buy anything, right? So why don't we just simplify it a little bit and give them the opportunity so that we're not shoving products down their throat that they don't need. Let's focus on bringing the guests here, getting the guests to the party, and then we really start talking to them about, their answers to those questions. So like if they don't have kids, or if they don't have stress, if they don't answer all that stuff, but maybe they do answer something about wanting to make some extra money. They may not think they need the products, but man, they need the business. Okay? So there's a lot of different ways and reasons why I think that trying out this new way of doing the party is going to not only simplify things, but I think it's going to make things run smoother, because we really need to get back to focusing on our potentials. We need to focus on them. How can we help them? How can the products help them? How can the business help them? It's not about us. It's about helping those people. And so I think a really great way to do that is by doing the parties this way. Instead of doing them for 2 hours, we just do an hour block time, because it's going to be very casual. There's not going to be a set timeline of when we talk about this, then we're going to talk about this, da, 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 da. So all we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to have them come in, get their money, they collect their wrap cash for their wrapper facial, get the wrapper facial on them, or if they want to take it home, they can do that, give them their wrapper facial, and then we have them sit down. So again, like if Chris and Bobby bring a guest, I'm going to have them give their guest a clipboard with a questionnaire on it and give them a couple of minutes to let them fill out the questionnaire. And then you're going to go back and you're going to follow up with that person after about 5 or 10 minutes once they've completed the questionnaire. And then you're going to bring a catalog. Okay, you're going to have a catalog with like one of those lap boards, and you're going to open up that catalog. You're going to take that questionnaire and you're going to walk through their answers to their questions. So the ones that they answer, and there's products that can help them with that. So let's say like we were talking about the college students, right? So next to that question, you're going to take your pen and you're going to write down confianza. For finals, think about finals. When college kids are doing finals, they're up studying really late. They need to concentrate and they really need to focus. Confianza is perfect for that. Okay. So you're going to write confianza down next to that question. If they have trouble sleeping, you're going to write down new you. If they need extra money, you're going to write down biz, like for business opportunity. Okay. I would say write BO, but they might take offense and think that you think they smell. I don't know. So write biz next to it. So then what we're going to do after you go over those questions with them is you're going to have the catalog right there with you. And you're going to be able to say, okay, so if you had to pick between these top 3, questions, your health and wellness issues, which ones do you think would you pick as your top 3? Now, I'm going to ask, hey, guess what? I haven't called on Eden. Oh, Eden.
Ha ha ha, I knew it.
Okay, so if I ask you to ask your guest that comes to the party, let's say you have a guest here tomorrow night and you've gone over the questions the answers to their questions with them, and you were to ask them what would their top 3 issues out of those questions and the things that we addressed with them in the questionnaire, why do you think that I would have you asking them what their top 3, their top 3 would be that they would like to address? Why would we have you ask that?
Well, for one thing, that would give you 3 different price points of where they would be able to spend.
You're on the right track. Keep talking it through. You'll keep talking it through. You're almost there. The key there was 3. What's the loyal customer agreement?
Oh, 3 months, so they can try it for 3 months each thing.
Right. So you guys
Thank
now
for cooking, Becky.
so you guys see now why this questionnaire, there's so many, it seems like, okay, big deal, just a questionnaire, just a sheet of paper with a couple questions on it. Now do you see why this could be really big for your business? Because what it's doing is it's we're getting into their brains, we're getting in their heads, we're getting in their lives, we're getting just a little sneak peek into what it's like in their life, how stressed they are, how healthy they are, where they're at financially. It doesn't give us, in-depth information, but it does give us a nice glimpse into it. So we know how we can help them and we know what we can offer. And if you ask for the top 3, then guess what? That's, like Eden said, that's a loyal customer agreement. So that's 3 different products they can try, a different one each month for that minimum 3-month commitment of the loyal customer program. Okay, so that's kind of why I wanted to share that with you guys tonight, because I think this is going to be really, really, really simple for the party, and it's also going to give you ownership in your business. Can you guys see that? It's going to give you ownership because it's going to be on you to bring your own guests to the party, okay? And when you do, it's not all on me to give them all the information. I'm going to be here to help you explain things and to help answer questions if you're not sure. Don't get me wrong. But this is going to help you to really step up into the leadership role, because I can tell each and every one of you that's on this Zoom right now, every single one of you that's on right now, you have leadership qualities in you that I don't even think any of you see. You have abilities beyond what you realize. And I want to be able to see you guys hone in on those leadership qualities. And Chris and Bobby, you guys have a leg up on everybody else because you guys are a tag team. You guys are a tag team, a power tag team. You two are going to be a power couple in this business.
Yeah, one can't work well without the other.
That's right. So I want you guys to understand that you may not see the leadership qualities that you have. You may not see what your potential is. I do. And trust me, there's other people in the business that see your potential too. They've seen it. Maybe you've stepped away from the business a little bit. Maybe you haven't been working the business as much as you had in the past. But from what some of us have seen from you, since each and every one of you have joined this business, y'all got some serious skills. We just got to hone in on them. And I want to help each and every one of you do that because, sorry, I just got a message from a loyal customer, wanted to upper order. Yay! Okay. Anyway, so I want each of you to be able to hone in on your leadership skills because you all know that I picked up another full-time job. So I'm literally working between my babysitting and my job at Amazon 100 hours a week, plus work in my business. So I need to be able to rely on my team. Because you all know that I'm not going to the top unless I can take all of you with me. And I want you all to be promoting. I want you all to be going to the top with me. But I can't do it alone. I can't run my business and help you run your business. But what I can do is I can help you to step it up into your God-given leadership role. And how I'm going to do that is, guys, I've always had a problem asking for help. I've just always been that kind of person. But here's what I want to do. I want to start layering down the leadership to you guys. And I want to start, if you guys are cool with it, I'd love to. I'm going to kind of go around the Zoom screen here in a second and ask your guys' opinions. But I would love to have one of you every week co-host with me on our team Zooms. And I'm going to leave it up to each of you to pick a subject for whatever week you're going to co-host with me. And you're going to pick a subject that we're going to focus on. It can be focusing on how to get people to wrap parties, hosting wrap parties. It can be posting on Facebook. It can be, how you're posting on Facebook, how you're reaching out to people, blitzing, using the products, how to make a smoothie, whatever. Because we all know who's the pro at making the smoothies, okay? The smoothie king and queen.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a while.
So what I would like to do is, and Bobby, I'm kind of glad that you just said that because you know what? We've all kind of taken a little bit of a step back. And we're not all doing the same things that we were. But here's the thing. If you keep doing the same thing, where are you going to go? Nowhere. You're going to stay in the same place. You're going to sit idle, right? So it's okay if you're not doing things the same way that you were when you first joined the business. You know, it's okay that maybe you're not posting as much. It's okay that maybe you're not going live as much. Change things up a bit. Leave people hanging. Leave people wondering, what are you doing? Why are you doing things a little bit differently? So that brings me to my next point. Before I do that, I want to kind of go around and see what you guys think. So, Jessica, so what do you think about co-hosting the weekly team training Zooms with me?
I think it's a good idea. I like it. I mean, not only does it help you out, but it gives us a chance to kind of see what it's like to be in your shoes and to be able to, I mean, because eventually all of us hopefully are going to be where you are, and we're going to need to be a leader for a team, so we'll need to know what it's like to have to do Zooms weekly like you do.
Right.
But I like it. I think it's a good idea.
Good. Chris and Bobby.
Had a microphone mute problem. Okay, we're here. I think that's a cool idea. I think it gives everybody, going back to your last point about shaking it up a bit, I think you won't grow unless you get thrown into the uncomfort zone.
Exactly.
So you kind of take that weak trait and you make it stronger.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. What do you think about the new way of doing the parties?
I think it'd be cool. I think it's a good idea, actually. What?
Not you.
Oh.
You haven't received.
Here I go. And I'm like, what? Anyway, back to the hosting of the parties.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a cool idea.
I think
have
it
nothing
is.
more to add.
And I think that if we, only make it an hour, people are going to see that as not such a big commitment, and instead of being like from 7 to 9. I think people are kind of scared away by the whole, oh my gosh, that's 2 hours, and that's a huge commitment on a Friday night. And the way we've done the parties, and not that it doesn't work. I mean, it's worked for, 16 years for it works. But I just think that the more, as you guys can see, like from my post earlier today, the more simplified we make it, the easier it's going to be. I know that if somebody would have had a party like this, for other direct sales companies, because I was always that crazy woman that was like, hey, will you host a party for me and you'll get this for free? Okay, I'm in. I want my carpet shape food for free. I'll watch your demonstration. I want, a free pan scraper from Pampered Chef just for hosting a party. Okay, I'm in. Give me a free orange peeler. Okay. Like, I was that person. I've always been that person. And what drew me in was the fact that it wasn't a long party. Those were the ones that really drew me in. But the free stuff. But then once you get there, or once you have the people over, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
This is dragging on. Can I just get my free stuff and you guys go? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think if we just keep it to an hour, and we don't have to really do a big spiel. I think we literally just do like what I said. We have people come in, we get their wrap cash, have them sign in with their name, phone number, and email, whether or not they're willing to host a wrap party in person or on Facebook for us eventually. And then we have them fill out the questionnaire. Then we go over the questionnaire with our people. And then once you're sitting down and you've gotten, everyone's with their guests and you've kind of gotten a few minutes to talk with them and go over that questionnaire, then that is when I will go over the steps to success from the party pad and talk about the business opportunity and explain the loyal customer program so that they know. That way you guys don't have to sit there and say, well, you have to do an auto ship and blah, blah, blah. Your job is to get the people here, get them, have them sit down and they fill out their questionnaire. And then I'll talk to them about the loyal customer program, and I'll talk to them about the, I'll just do the quick party pad presentation, talk to them about the, loyal customer program and joining the team, how quick and easy it is. And then from there, I have the laptop up. And, then we do the same thing like we have been doing the last few months at parties, where if they place an order that night, once the see the confirmation screen on your phone, their phone, my computer, wherever they sign up. They have to sign up that night. Then they get to take a spin on the prize wheel and they get to win a free prize. So that's incentive too that I've found in the last couple of months has been really, really big for getting people to sign up. And I've had about a 95% success rate of signing people up that come to the parties. Because they're like, ooh, I get to take a spin on the prize wheel. And if they sign up to become a distributor that night, then they also get to pick. And what I do is I'll have them spin the prize wheel, and there's envelopes. And whatever, like say they land on number 8, whatever envelope, whatever, I give them envelope number 8, whatever's inside that, that's what they get. It might be a free bottle of Fat Fighters, free bottle of Thermofit, free box of wraps, could be a free box of facials. No, it could be a free bottle of could be a free cleanse. You never know. So, and those are all things that, unless I tell you beforehand otherwise, that I'll supply those. But I just think it's going to be a really great way to change up the parties a little bit, but not really make them feel like they have to make such a huge commitment on a Friday night.
Well, not only that, but you're shortening it by to 1 hour. You don't make them overthink or overwhelm them.
You got it. Good point. Eden, what about you? Thank you, Chris, by the way.
I think that it's a good idea. Sorry, my husband just got home with the baby. I think it's a good idea because, you really can focus on the on what the specific customer wants. They don't have to hear all about the wraps, but they're not really interested in the wraps. They're more interested in New You or whatever. They get right to the point about them, and people like talking about themselves. So.
Exactly, and I'm so glad that you said that, because you're exactly right. People would rather talk about themselves than anybody else, and we're all guilty of that. I think that's just human nature. But Eden made a couple of really great points there, and the one point that she made too, and Chris kind of hit upon it there, was that they don't have to sit through the whole spiel. We don't have to I don't have to set up this elaborate setup and go through and talk about all the products and make sure even I at least, pick it up and show them, oh, and here's our cleanse, do you have problems pooping, blah, 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 this is what it can do. And then move on to the next one. It's just that I feel like the parties in the past, it's just been word vomit. So I really think by this, we'll have the products out, but then that way you can physically walk around to my cabinet or to the display table, however we're going to have it set up. You can literally walk your guest over, show them those specific couple of products that you're going to focus on with them. And then maybe it's a product like the Fat Fighter. We can show them a Fat Fighter demonstration. Okay. Maybe it's the cleanser. Take them to the bathroom. Let them wash the top of their hand, or let them wash their face with the cleanser really quick. Maybe it's the exfoliating peel. You guys, how I have that stuff on hand so they can try it. Get them here so they can touch the products. They can feel it. They can smell it. They can try it out. And then they're going to see how this team is focusing on them. It's not about us. We're focusing on them. We're not trying to shove a bunch of information or unnecessary information, for that matter, down their throat when all they're interested in maybe is just a cleanse, or maybe they're just interested in the system and they don't care about the skincare. They don't care about anything else. So I think that was a really good point, Eden. What was the other thing you said?
I don't know. I forgot.
All right. What about you, Christy?
I kind of piggyback on what you said. As I think this new format, which I really like, I think when you pull them over and do one-on-one, it kind of makes them feel that you're really sincere and you're really genuine, that you really want to help them get healthy, and that you're in this partnership with them. And they can also kind of get an idea of the customer service you would provide from that. Because if you're taking your time out for that, then they will know that you will take time out for them again at some other date and time.
Right. And that is an excellent point. Thank you for sharing that. Because yes, I do think that Eden actually did touch upon that. it's nice because you are giving them that one-on-one attention. And so many times, I don't care what you post on Facebook. I don't care if you do a Facebook Live on Facebook and say, I am going to work with you one-on-one. You guys have heard me do Facebook Lives and say that a million times. It doesn't matter how many times I say it until they actually sit down with me and they see that I'm willing to put in the time and the effort to really focus on them and focus on what their goals are, what their needs are. They're not going to really get that. So if we do change up this party format, and let's give it a try for a month. Let's do a good solid 4 parties in a row and get guests here. Let's work really, really hard on everybody getting one guest here, whether you can come with your guest or not. Obviously, we would prefer that you come to be here with your guests so that you can try this whole new process out of, walking them through the questionnaire, walking them through the catalog and showing them, give them a catalog and then show them in the catalog. Okay, this isn't a catalog, but show them in the catalog. See, okay, so you know how you answered this to that question? Here in the catalog on page whatever, here in the lifestyle section, this is a product that I really think could help you. And then what you could even do is you could even go so far as giving them that catalog, but circling the products that you're specifically honing in on for them that are going to help whatever with their specific needs are. And then you're going to talk to them and just, like Chris was kind of touching upon, you really want to build that relationship. It's really important that people see that we are here to help other people. That's what we get paid to do. I mean, yeah, we're selling stuff, but we're really selling ourselves. And we're sharing the products. We're not really selling them. We're sharing them with them. And if they see that we really and truly are a company that focuses on our customers and keeping them happy and really helping other people, that's the business that we're in, is helping others. And people have already seen in the last couple of months, you guys, that that's what Team Bling is all about. I mean, you guys realize we raised over $1,500 in donations for our Gives Back for the wildfire victims down in Tennessee. That was huge, absolutely huge. And we continue to do things like that. People see it's not a marketing ploy. It's just showing them that we're not all about our paychecks. We're not all about ourselves. We're here to help other people in any way and every way that we can. But this business allows us to be able to bless more people than we could before. That's the focus. So we need to show them how we can help each other and how this team focuses on not only helping each other, or helping other people, but helping each other. We build each other up. We inspire each other. We encourage one another. We pray for one another. We're there to celebrate victories, and we're there to console each other when things don't maybe go as well as we wanted to. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of scared about 2017. Because the more and more I pray about it, the more and more God is showing me that He has some unbelievably huge things planned. Not for me, for this team. And if you guys are up for it, it's time for us to buckle down, bear down, and get ready. Because crap's about to hit the fan in a good way. God's getting ready to open up the floodgates for our businesses. And I'm telling you right now, the things I've been hearing on these leadership Zooms, and oh my goodness, you guys, whew, wow. We are in for an incredible journey this year. It has been an incredible last year for me in this business, and I cannot wait to see when we focus together, we focus on our futures, we focus on our families, and we focus on helping other people, and we really, really keep that focus where it needs to be. Doesn't mean you have to work your business, 50 hours a week like a full-time job. Guys, I got 2 full-time jobs already. Do you think I have the time to work it like a full-time business? Because I don't. But I'm still bringing on new loyal customers, and I'm still bringing on tons of potentials, because I'm utilizing every chance I get, even when I'm just sitting at work. Handing out, they see me eating a greens chew. They see me mixing in a greens powder into my water bottle. What the heck is that? I wear this to work every single day because I already want our hair up off our shoulders. So, number one, I don't have to mess with doing my hair every day or worried about how it looks. I can just throw a cap on and nobody knows that I didn't even brush my hair today. Okay? And I also always wear an It Works t-shirt. So no matter what, even though I'm working at another job, I'm a constant walking billboard for my business. And people are always asking me, what works? And sometimes it kind of catches me off guard and I'm like, huh? What do you mean? They're like, what works? Your thing says it works. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. Like, I totally forgot. But, and it's kind of funny because I don't know, some of you have heard this before since I started the new job, but if they were to go and look at the security footage, I probably look like the Amazon drug dealer because I have people, I'm handing people little packages, little baggies with samples in it and a card all the time. I have people meeting me at my car in the parking lot, coming up to my window when I'm out there at lunch asking for samples, and I'm handing them stuff out the window. So I probably look like the Amazon drug dealer right now, but I'm getting word out there. You know, I'm getting people, hey, Bethany, I'm getting the word out there. I'm sharing the product, sharing the business, you know, telling people, you know, how much it's helped to change my life and how much the products have been a huge blessing and how they can do the same thing for them. So, you know, if there's a gas station you stop at all the time, maybe to get your morning cup of coffee on the way to work, or a Starbucks drive-thru, or Tim Hortons, or, you know, when you stop to get gas or whatever, take your Blitz cards, take your business cards. Just make it your goal to hand out one Blitz card. And don't just hand it to them and walk away, Chris. You gotta hand it to them and say, would you like a coupon? Have you ever heard of It Works in that crazy wrap thing? How about I give you a coupon for $5 off when you check out my website? Very simple, short and sweet and to the point. And then you can run away. I don't care. You can go run away and hide in the bathroom. I don't care. But make it your point. Make it a point to blitz one person every day. Now, blitzing does not have to be handing out a Blitz card, handing out a sample. You can blitz on Facebook. Message somebody randomly out of the blue and say, hey, I don't know if you've heard, but I started my own business with It Works Global a few months ago. Life has been kind of chaotic and hectic. You know, hey, you know what? Relaunch your business. I'm going to do that. As soon as we get back from conference, I'm having a relaunch party. And I've been in business for over a year. But I'm waiting until after conference because that's when all the hype's going to be built up and they're going to make some huge announcements at conference. And I'm going to use that to piggyback into my relaunch party. So we can do the same thing for you guys. You know, you can have a relaunch party. I don't care if you joined a month ago or if you joined 6 months ago. You can have a relaunch party. Relaunch your business. Give it a facelift. Okay? We're revamping our businesses because 2017 is full of so many amazing blessings that we have no idea about yet. But how are we going to be able to see those and take advantage of them unless we keep an open mind and we really focus on, let's focus on customers this year. Let's take the focus off of ourselves. Let's take the focus off of, ooh, what's the next promotion I can hit? Why don't we just focus on helping those other people? Keep the focus on our customers. Keep the focus on our teammates. And the promotions are going to come, you know, organically. Those promotions will come organically. If we're working together, we're buckling down, putting in the time and the effort, getting people here for the parties, getting people on the online parties, you know, and just being completely honest with them. Okay?
So on Monday, I'm going to like blitz the poop out of everybody at the zoo because it's on Monday it's going to be free admission to the zoo for Martin Luther King Day, and I'm off work, so I'm literally going to blitz everybody like, oh, that's a nice bear, and then I'm just going to turn them around and be like, yeah, here's a blitz card.
Okay, that's a great idea, but remember, one of the biggest things that I have found,
and then run away.
One of the biggest things I've found to be the most successful when blitzing, stop calling it a blitz card.
Coupon card.
Yes. Just call it a coupon. Just tell people, hey, I love that bear. Hey, would you like a coupon for $5 off? Can I hand you a coupon? You know, and another thing that works really well when I do that is I also say, if you text the number that's on here before noon tomorrow, I will put you into my weekly drawing for a free wrap.
And then run away.
And then run away. I love you guys. So those are just some ideas. Bethany, I will post the link because this is being recorded, so I will post this. I know you missed out on a lot of the stuff in the beginning, but I'll post the recording on the team thread and on the team page later so that you can catch up on it. It looked like you were just giving me a fist, like you're going to punch me or something. But then I saw the thumb, so we're good. Okay, anybody else have any thoughts?
I have one.
Okay.
You're cute.
Why are you not laughing?
Okay.
Oh, you guys. Stop. Okay.
I like it when the world laughs with you.
Right? Although they were kind of laughing at me, but that's okay. Anyway.
With you.
Okay. So for those of you, I know that Jessica and Christy are going to conference. We are, the three of us are carpooling down to Florida next month. But for those of you that can't go, please do not be discouraged. They always offer up a pay-per-view, and I know last year it was $50. So Bethany, if we can get a couple of teammates for you before conference, you can split it with a couple local teammates. And I'm working on a couple of people back in our hometown. So cross your fingers, say some prayers. Because if I get a couple of people from back home, then you will have some local people to go blitzing with, hosting parties, doing vendor events with and stuff. So I am working on that for you. But for those of you that are local to each other, like, you know, Eden and Chris and Bobby, and then, you know, like Megan, whoever else is local. I'm drawing blanks right now. Anyway, but for everyone that's local to each other, like say for the Columbus, Ohio area or whatever, you guys can always, I know Chris and Bobby have been dying to host people at their house. They definitely they have a very nice house. They have a huge setup. They have a great setup for team meetings, which I think eventually we need to talk about maybe moving and doing a team party at their house once a month. So it gives me and my house a break. But
I'm
cool.
down for it.
So what I'm thinking is maybe as soon as they announce the pay-per-view, maybe those of you could make the time to, you know, discuss it, maybe open up your own thread or get on the phone and talk to one another, text or whatever, and have some type of a conference party together. Conference is, I believe it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you could do your own things together. So you could get together Friday night, you know, everybody pitch in for some $5 Little Caesars pizzas. You know, have everyone bring a 2-liter soda or whatever. You know, you guys can work all that out. And you split the cost of the pay-per-view. Now, that $50 that they charged us for last year, that covered the entire 3 days. So it's definitely worth it, especially if, you know, even if you have to pay for it by yourself. You know, you guys can work out all the details, maybe even like, you know, say Chris and Bobby pay the $50 for the pay-per-view, and then all of the rest of you that are local, you guys bring and handle all the food and stuff and the snacks. You know, however you guys wanted to work that out. So I'll let you guys work all that out on your own. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Don't be discouraged if you can't afford to go to conference. I know it is a huge investment money-wise. And it was really hard because it was right before Christmas. So I do understand that, believe me.
I sold shoes.
I know. But it is a sacrifice, and it's hard. It's a huge financial investment. You know, our tickets were $225 plus, you know, I know that I upgraded, and that was an extra $75. And then on top of that, you know, our hotel room, I know for me and Jessica, it was like, what was it, $216? So it was another, I mean, we spent almost $500, well, a little over $500 to, you know, be able to go, which is not bad for 3 days because we're going to be going Dollar Tree and coupon shopping to get our food and stuff for the drive there and the drive back and splitting gas and stuff. But I do know that and I realize that it is a huge investment. But I can tell you right now, when I joined last January and conference was in February, I spent that $50, made that investment in the pay-per-view, and I'm so glad that I did. Because you guys are not going to understand until you watch it, even from a computer screen. You won't understand until you watch it how much even just from the computer you are going to be filled up. Your cup is going to be overflowing. You're going to hear stories. You're going to see people. You're going to meet new people on there that maybe you've never even heard of in the business before. They always showcase the Millionaires Club. They show the top 100 income earners. You know, one of my favorite things to do whenever they talk about those people, I like last year, I made a list of the top, like as many names as I could catch. And I made a list of those people so that I could follow different people every few months and watch. Well, there's a reason they're in the top 100. I want to see what they're doing and how they got there. And the best way to do that is to follow them. Mimic what they're doing, because whatever they're doing it right. They're doing something right. They're in the top 100. They're millionaires, right? So there's a praise and worship service the first night that's usually about like 2 hours long, which is really awesome. It's very uplifting and moving, and I can't wait to be in the building and experience it because I was moved last year just with my headphones on the computer. They will make big announcements. There may still be a new product release. Usually they don't announce a new product for the first time in the year until conference. This year they did it early because, they obviously released the shake. I don't know if that means, I think they're probably going to still release a new product at conference. I think they're just trying to throw us off track a little bit because we all, like those of us that have been in the business a little bit, know that they only released a new product to start the year at conference. That's the first time they'll release a new product. But they started off the year with a new product release. So, wait. Let's get a picture.
Oh!
Yeah. Everybody smile. Oh, look at Chris. Okay.
Okay, night.
Hi, Dad.
Right.
So, what was I saying? Remind me.
New product at conference.
Yeah.
Throwing us.
Okay, so I think they're just trying to throw us for a loop because they know that we know that they don't ever announce a new product until conference. But since they've already done that, I think what they're doing is they're trying to throw us off a little bit. So we're kind of expecting them not to release a new product. I would almost place a money bet that they're going to announce another new product being released at conference. You'll also want to check, that's another thing I wanted to tell you guys. So, do you guys realize what happens when new products come out? What else new is going to come out? New catalogs. So, here's the good news. Usually, they'll put the old catalogs that don't have the brand new product in it, those will go on sale. So you can get the products at the product catalogs at a little bit more of a discount. And if you haven't used your product flyer that came in your business builder kit, there's that 10% off you can put on top of it. Okay. So I think that's about it. Did anyone have any questions? I know, Chris, I don't remember honestly what your question was. I knew you had a question that you commented on my post. What was your question?
I have to go look it up now. It was, I have to look it up because I can't remember.
Oh, she's talking about a different Chris.
I think that she was thinking about how to not come across as pushy.
Yes, and the follow-up on them.
And how, soon to follow up after, on somebody.
Thank you, Eden. Yeah, it was because I shared opportunity and over the weekend and stuff, and I don't want to be pushy because I don't want them to think, I'm not joining now. But that's the kind of thing I wanted to know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, so I don't really think there's necessarily a specific rule or timeline for that. But a timeline that I know has been pretty successful for me is when I reach out to someone and I message them, the first initial contact I make with them through Messenger or text or whatever, I'll usually wait 24 to 48 hours. I like to usually wait 2 days in between that first conversation to just kind of let things settle, let them think a little bit. And then after those first 2 days, then I'll message them back. And then the very next message I send them is I'll say, hey, Eden, how are you? I just wanted to see if you had any other questions that I could answer for you. And that's it. And then if they don't answer right away, I give them a week. Because now I'm not seeming pushy. And I want to give them, some more time. Because sometimes people just get busy. We've all fallen into that rut before, at least once in our lives, where you, say you get an email or a text or, a message from someone on Facebook Messenger, and you read it, and you have all the good intentions to message them back and respond right away, and then something comes up, the phone rings, or someone, shows up at your house unexpectedly, or you get busy at the store, or you're in your car and you have to go and you have to start driving or whatever, and you get sidetracked and you forget all about it. So a lot of times that can happen, and that happens a lot more than we think it does. So that's why I like to kind of give them a little bit of space so I don't seem super pushy. unless there's like a timeline of like deals, like when we have like a BOGO deal and it's only good for like 48 hours or something, then it's, as long as it's not like every 5 minutes, I'll message them in the morning and then I'll message them in the evening, because another thing you want to make sure you're doing on your hundreds list when you're reaching out to people, if you notice that there's this around the same time frame that they're responding to you whenever they do respond, make a little note in there so 5 o'clock is a really good time to send them a message, because that seems to be when they're the most responsive. Don't send them a message at 2 o'clock in the morning, even if you're working your business, because they're not going to see it until 5 o'clock the next day when they're off work and they're checking their Facebook. Okay? And as far as coming across too pushy, like I said, I always do 24 to 48 hours, usually 48 hours after the first connection. And then after that, I'll wait about a week. And if I don't hear back from them in a week, then I put them on my my monthly contact list. And I'll just reach out to them like once a month. So I'm not overly pushy, but I'm letting them know. And again, that changes a little bit if there is some type of a special offer going on, like we have a flash sale or a boom sale or something like that. Then that obviously changes. It also falls under that category if, like, say you just messaged them last week and they're on your month-to-month basis now, but we just got to conference and they just announced a new product. I don't care. I'm going to message them and let them know about that new product, because you want to be their first source of contact for when something new is released, or when new incentives or new promotions come out, and all that jazz. So, and as far as it coming across pushy, when you message them out the first time and they don't respond, do it again at 48 hours and just say, like, I wanted to make sure, see if you had any additional questions. How can I help? Try to always end your message with a question, because that leaves them feeling obligated to answer. Now, after that second contact, if they still have not responded, I always go with the, what is that called? The wow factor follow-up that Cami Dempsey came up with. Cami Dempsey talks about this all the time, and I've used it the entire time I've been in business, and it's always been very successful for me. So what I do is I use it after the third to fourth contact, and I'll say, if they haven't responded, but yet you see that they're reading it, they're just not responding, 9 times out of 10, they might have forgotten to get back to you the first time, maybe the second time too. But after that, they're trying to blow you off, or they're just not sure what to say. So the wow factor follow-up, you can look it up on YouTube, and I think it's like a 3 to 5 minute video that Cami has posted. Look up the wow factor follow-up. Talks about how you literally just make it very short and sweet and to the point and say, hey, Eden, have I offended you in any way? Or you can say, have I pissed you off? Did I say something wrong? Have I said something or have I done something to rub off the wrong way, or something like that? And just leave it at that. Don't give them any more information. Don't say, I just wanted to help you find some products that could help. None of that. Just leave it at the wow factor follow-up. Like, have I done something to upset you? Have I said something to piss you off? Did I say something that came off the wrong way? That's certainly the one thing I will sometimes end it with is, have I said something to piss you off, or have I said something to offend you? Because that certainly was not my intention. And I'll leave it at that. 9 times out of 10, they're going to respond almost immediately, because they're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want her thinking that I'm trying to hurt her feelings. I'm just not interested or whatever. At least that way you'll know. Okay, so you don't have to drag them along, and you can, put them off to the side. Don't take them off your hundreds list, because when someone says no for now, it never means no for never, unless they specifically tell you, don't ever contact me about It Works products or the business ever again. Don't ever take them off your hundreds list, because that just means no for now, not no for never. Any other questions? So for those of you that are local, who is going to work their magic and get a guest here tomorrow?
I got some mark us down as tentative. I got some after hours work activity. If I get done in time, I'll be over.
Awesome. You got any potentials?
Not at this moment.
Then we can work on that.
Let's just call it oiling rusty bolts.
hey, sometimes you just need a refresher course. And you know what? This is why conference is so huge. Because if you've fallen into that rut, even if, let's say, like with Christy, like she just joined like a month ago, right?
Mhm.
She can still, even a month in, fall into that rusty bolts type of thing, and she needs her gears oiled. You know what I mean? Like, conference is going to fill you up, whether you're there in person or whether it's on pay-per-view. That's what a conference is meant to do. Conference is meant to help get you that fire put back under your butt. I almost said the bad word, sorry. Conference is meant to be that huge motivator that's going to overflow your cup, that's going to get that fire going back under your butt and give you that vision. And you know what? After conference, whether it's in person again or it's on pay-per-view, you're going to know. Bye, Eden. Love you. You're going to know if this is the right place for you still. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to know after that pay-per-view or after being at conference, like, you're going to be built back up. Like, you're going to have that fire. You're going to have that desire and that passion. You're going to want to push, and you're going to want to build your business like you've never wanted to build it before. That's what conference is going to do. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to help build you up and get you excited again about your business. That's why it's a yearly thing. So I'm excited about it because I know what it's going to do. I know what it did for me last year, only a month in. So I'm going to kind of be curious to see what it does for you, Christy, because you're kind of in my same shoes. Where I was this time last year going into conference. You know, I was very new to the business. I had a couple of customers, you know. I don't even know if I think I had one distributor by then, maybe two. No, I think I only had two because it wasn't until after conference that I went Ruby. But, you know, and then when they announced the huge bonuses, you guys, good bonuses are the get out of debt bonuses. But we've already seen the get out of debt bonuses just like a month ago, right? I'm not going to be surprised at all if Mark doesn't announce double good bonuses, which means you can get anywhere from $1,000 all the way up to $150,000 in bonuses. But let's say you go Emerald for the first time and you grab like a $10,000 bonus. But let's say before the promotion ends, let's say they leave it going for 60 days. Let's say you go Emerald, but then you go Diamond. You can get that $10,000 and the $20,000 diamond bonus. So you can stack those bonuses and get $30,000 in bonuses. And you can keep going. So the sky is the limit. That's why they offer those kind of crazy incentives, because they know this is a time of year where people are really, really in tune with their health and wellness, and they really want to change, you know, and lose weight, get healthy. They want to reboot their finances and just get in a better place. This is a time of New Year's resolutions and people putting themselves first. So this is why conference is when it always is. And this is also why this is our busiest time of the year, and when you're really going to see a lot of exponential growth, and you're going to see a lot of exponential interest in the business and the products for you too. So does anybody else have any questions before we end our training tonight?
Not from me.
All righty then. All right, well, I'm going to hop off here, and thank you guys so much for hopping on. It was so nice to see all your faces, except I can't really see Bethany's, but it was nice seeing your hand and your thumb.